Okay, welcome everyone to the Clickbait podcast. I'm Sol. I'm joined by...
Me.
There it is. We're together. We're not together like that. No, we're together
Oh no,
talking.
what the
No.
stuff? Not this BDM stuff again. That was very much
I could have...
off the record.
I could have sworn BDM was music.
Oh, we fucked this, haven't we? Right, hit the jingle. We have a jingle.
Apparently, there's one playing now.
I like that. Guys enjoyed that jingle. We're back.
Sounds very similar to Atmosphere.
Jingle that was. What a jingle. Why are we here today, Sol?
To talk about shit just for no reason other than to try and get views.
I like it. In the most clickbaity way.
Yeah, what's popular? Area 51.
Area 51. It's the 51st of the areas. You know, I don't know why no one's ever questioned the other 50.
That is true. Why are they jumping straight to 51 though?
Aliens, you know, area 2 could be about chess. You know, no one wants to know about chess.
It's got a point. That's a fair
That's
point.
the one that's got fucking aliens in it. I take it this is a swearing podcast, or are you going to bleep out everything?
Oh, fuck that. I ain't bleeping out stuff. I can't be asked with that. I can't even be asked to edit my own videos, let alone this.
Oof. Yeah, not this dribble. Not this dribble. Though, if there's any keen editors out there, Kyle, you know. So, yeah.
Seriously, where do we start with these fucking morons? Like, seriously, where do we start with them?
What, Area 51?
Yeah.
It's bollocks. They're not going to invade Area 51. So basically, the story goes that some bloke, I can't remember his name, I think his last name is like Roberts, or his name is Robert. Let's call him Robert. Set up a Facebook group, like, you know, those events where you're like, oh, it's Sammy's 50th birthday, let's all trash their house and get drunk. And like 5,000 people say they're going, and you go there and there's, right?
20 morons, yeah.
So he said for the 20th of September this year, a month and a bit away. By the time this video comes out, it already would have happened.
Faith in our production quality there.
It's a challenge to you there. He wants to get as many people to storm Area 51 because they can't stop them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah, no. Yeah, bullets can't stop people running, apparently.
It's the fucking US military. Like, apparently over 2 million people have said they're going. They'll probably have about... How many idiots do you reckon there are who will even just sort of be in the general area?
Well, this is what I was saying to Tag, though. There's a million people that said, oh, we're going to go. You're only going to have 100 fucking morons that turn up trying to do it, and then they're just going to get arrested. Like, what do they really think is going to happen? Do they really think that they're going to storm the gates? It's just not going to happen. I don't get the mentality going forward in this.
There is no mentality. I think you've got a mixture of people just taking the piss, idiots, and you've got children.
Yeah.
Concerns me is the people, the last two. People taking the piss, everyone takes the piss. Can do it. Why? What mothers? What are you going to find?
This is the thing. Let's just say best case scenario: 1 million people turn up, and let's say they storm Area 51 and manage to get past the turrets and guns and stuff, and manage to actually get in there. How are they getting past the keycard doors?
I mean, have you not seen the film, Sol? They just kicked them in with with their boots.
Exactly. There'll be enough of them just to take it in time to kick him.
Yeah, just kick it in. Maybe find the biggest guy. Right, and use him like a battering ram.
Like on Toy Story with the dinosaur.
Use him like Rex.
Exactly.
Bang, bang, you're through. Right, first door sorted. Right, the guys with guns, how are we going to deal with that? They got guns. What are we going to use?
Naruto running.
Yeah, just sort of in between the bullets. Bush. Actually, no, fuck this. This is America. They've got guns.
Well, yeah, that's a point. Why can't they just turn up with guns? They can fight the army.
Maybe 1 million of them could do it. 1 million armed motherfuckers. Could you imagine it? It's America.
I would love to see it. I really would, because it's going to go one of two ways. Either they're going to get in and find that, they're just testing airplanes here, or they're all going to be shot and it's going to be the biggest massacre in American history. It's going to be fucking fantastic.
I mean, the gene pool would have cleaned up a little bit,
How many
all
times though
idiots.
have I said on stream, this world needs a new world war to get rid of as many idiots as we can? This might do it for us.
I don't know. I, I, I think what will happen, get past the police. There's enough over there, let alone fucking the army.
Yeah, they're
When
not
you're
even
trying
they're not even going to get close to the fence, like perimeter. They're not even going to get close. Their government's already said that they're going to be like cordoning it off anyway, like in the towns surrounding. So anyone turning up on that day isn't even going to be able to get on the roads approaching Area 51.
Well, this is the thing, like the businesses. So this is all from the Wikipedia page, which I read briefly. The businesses there are fucking preparing for all these people to turn up, right? What one? You prepare, you buy extra stock of alien shit. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What do you mean alien shit? What do you mean?
Have you never been to a gift shop?
Yeah.
Like in any country across the world?
Okay. I thought you were on about Area 51 stocking up on alien stuff.
No, they're talking about local businesses.
Oh,
Local
okay.
businesses are preparing, right? And I imagine in the area anyway, they must have small towns and stuff. They're like, oh, get your free over here. Yeah, buy some alien air, canned air. It's a fucking empty can. The farce of it. So,
The thing is, people will
I've been
actually
to
buy it though.
Berlin.
People will actually pay for it.
But people buy bits of what is quote unquote in Berlin, the Berlin Wall, Berlin air.
It's just a stone. Oh, just in air.
Yeah, it's in a can. It's a fucking empty can, is what it is.
Hey, well, there's a market.
I wish I was the guy who thought, okay, let's sell empty cans and just put, London Air or fucking, I don't know, Glasgow Air on it. That'd be.
You should have done it for the Olympics. You could have aired up all the London Olympics there.
I think I've got some of that spare, actually. Do you think I should, try and put it on eBay? In this bottle here is actually some of the authentic 2012 atmosphere.
Oh, what an atmosphere. You had to say atmosphere.
I know.
You had to say it.
It's in my head. I genuinely did listen to it. But, like, businesses are preparing for this. A shit show. I reckon you got one or two scenarios. Bloodbath.
Hopefully.
Which... Or 300 people turn up in like X-Files. Have you ever seen the X-Files? Like, the truth is out there sort of T-shirts.
Yeah.
And they go, let's storm it, guys. Fall over on a rock and bite their own tongues off. That's all that's going to happen. If you... Not going to happen.
Okay, let's say it.
Obsessed with Area 51.
Because it's secret and people don't like secrets. They have to know.
But I mean, fuck it. Like, there's so many more pressing things than base. I don't care.
Well,
like,
let's say if they
everything
area goes well and they manage to go in there. They even manage to get into the facility and they find aliens. Let's just imagine they found aliens. Surely the reason these aliens have been locked up is because either A, they're dangerous, like violent dangerous, or B, they're extremely radioactive and you're just going to develop cancer on the spot. What do they think is going to happen if they find aliens? Do you reckon the aliens are going to come out like, cheers mate, I can go now? Like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, I don't understand what the end goal is for these people, even if it goes perfectly for them.
I don't know. Like... I think it's an internet meme that's got out of hand. How many of those stupid groups on Facebook do you join? And it's got a few hundred followers.
Well, that's just it, though. That because of the amount of people that have actually joined it, there are going to be at least 100 idiots that turn up, but in proper anime gear, thinking they can outrun these bullets and really go for it and just get shot. And it's going to be really, really funny. It's not even going to be sad. It's just going to be really funny.
Like I said, okay, so back to my point about the three main demographics for this group. We've covered two of them. But the one that bothers me, because kids aren't like what they were when, me and you, Like we asked our parents to go see Jake Paul. They tell us to go fuck ourselves and play outside. Now parents just sort of have to almost accept everything. If they're paying 50 quid to watch a fake wedding, they're agreeing to. I don't know if you know this whole story.
Well, what's that about?
Jake Paul got fake married.
No, I missed that.
Some blonde woman, and basically to watch this sham marriage, 50 quid. It's not like, remember when the whole boxing fight thing with KSI and Logan? I think you had to pay a tenner, but you got like 6 hours of entertainment of shit. Well, yes, shit boxing.
Yeah.
This was 50 quid, fake marriage and a fake fight in the marriage. And kids just lapped it up. Apparently the thing got like thousands of views, tens of thousands of 50 quids.
Oh,
Like, all I'm saying is it influenced by that shit.
yeah.
Fuck what they do.
I don't get why people pay for stuff like that, and I don't, like you were saying, like when we were younger, you asked for something and it's like no, like just no. But why are people doing that shit now with their kids? I wouldn't. Like if I had kids, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't see why people give in so easily.
It's easy. It really is easy. It's a different generation. I've grown up with an iPad in their hand.
Yeah, the entitled generation.
They're like, I look at my little cousins and that, me and whatnot, and that's nice that their parents did that for them. But fuck, I had a trap phone till I was about for myself. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And saved up for it, didn't just have an iPhone. It's kind of bonkers. But then again, I suppose people generation before you and I will be like, oh, our generation was growing up on TV and video games, and maybe we're the starters, maybe we're the problem. Who knows? But
yeah,
the influence, I don't like it. Don't like it.
Eric, did you see the Mr. Beast latest video? That'd be good to put in the tags, Mr. Beast. Did you see his latest
Mr.
video?
Beast? No, I'm not aware of Mr. Beast. What's old Mr. Beast done?
Well, him and his friends, they put a video up, I think it was yesterday, put a video up camping at Area 51 for 24 hours straight, or something like that. And basically they went there, and they're like outside the gate that you can actually get close to. And there's a white van on the hill above them with a sniper pointing at them. And then they're looking inside the base, and up on the hills, there are big turrets, like, to shoot down airplanes. What do people really think they can run faster than these turrets? Do they really?
I mean, what the fuck is he doing there anyway? Like, that's got to be like, you can't surely get that close. Like, you're saying he's within view of turrets and shit. He cannot be.
He's close enough to the gate that you can see, but not the actual facility gate, because the facility's still like miles into the desert past this fence.
Fair dues. So, what is the point of him staying there for 24 hours? I know that's sort of the latest trend. People, like, normally it's just people like sleep in a shop for 24 hours. I didn't realize people stayed outside a fucking military base for 24 hours. He can't have, surely.
I mean, I don't think he actually done it, but it's a good video title.
Well, it's like the whole thing with Bear Grylls, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
He would say he like slept out in the like craziest wild, but in fact he's in a 5-star fucking hotel down the road. Like,
there's a video of him jumping over this like big what's it called, like a big canyon, and like he's saying you need to be careful on this because it could fall, and for all we know this could go down 200 feet. Someone went to the exact same location, and they panned the camera around. There's a main road, and there's not even a canyon. It's just a little divot. the way they shoot it, and they make out they're on top of like the Grand Canyon, and like they can fall 1,000,000 miles, and it's barely a puddle.
I don't use then. I mean, fair play to him if he wants to do some shit housery. To just sort of like camera trickery, if you call it. But fuck, like I've just looked up this guy because I couldn't actually remember who he was. I think at one point I was subscribed to him, and then I grew up, I suppose. He has 22 million fucking subscribers. Sorry, yeah, didn't he? I thought he played GTA videos, or am I confusing him with someone else?
I know he started off with Minecraft. He may have moved to GTA at some point, but yeah, recently he just spends loads of money doing stupid shit.
All right, yeah, and how do we get some of this money?
Um, you've got get ready to offend someone. You have to be a streamer who's like transgender or like
Okay.
a minority or have cancer or something, and then he comes in to give you money, so he looks like a real martyr and a saint. That's great.
So basically, stupid, shitty things, but then balances it by just throwing cash at stuff.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's, the modern day Robin Hood.
I mean,
You know,
kind of to a degree.
people of not, Nottingham. What was it? Yeah. Give me some money, motherfucker. Where do I line up?
Is that exactly? I want money. Give me money. I'll take the money, Mr. Beast.
Yeah. I mean, what? I don't think we really fit in any of those categories. So
Well, who knows? I get blood test results back very soon. We'll find out if I've got cancer, and if so, I will milk that son of a bitch. So, Mr. Beast, I'm here waiting.
I mean, is it bad that my first thought was, fuck's sake, we've only just started the podcast. How can you just get cancer straight away? Wait till we get some audience first, for
Sorry.
fuck's sake.
Sorry, I'll hold it back until then.
Hold it back, just relax the old sea. There. I mean, oh God. Can you not say that you have content cancer?
I mean, the whole of YouTube got content cancer. It drives me insane. I go and try and watch people streaming. Oh my god, I have to hide the chat. I just get AIDS just reading it. It drives me insane how like YouTube works now and the way people pander to it as well on stream.
Do you know what? I've not watched I rarely watch streams these days. And if I do, I watch them back just sort of on my own. So I watch the Scottish comedian Limmy. He plays Euro Truck Simulator and he does a lot of like improv stories.
Okay.
So he'll just get like man goes on quest to buy a sunbed. Talk for 20 minutes about this. It's always a guy called Craig to buy a sunbed. And that's the only sort of like stupid shit I watch on streams anymore. Last gaming stream I watched with yourself. Like I can't stand it. How bad is it these days?
I just I found this myself as well. This is why I don't really stream that much, sort of thing. Yeah, as much as it was annoying not growing and that, blah blah blah. But my main issue is the people that come to the streams. They're such attention-seeking whores, and they want to be the center of the stream, and it's like you're either there to watch the program, like, or you're not. Make your mind up, and if you're not there to watch the program, go and talk to your mum and dad for some attention. I don't get why these people are so keen to go online and get the satisfaction of a streamer talking to them and getting the attention on them. I just don't get it. It's so desperate and needy.
I think it's probably as close as you can get to being with a famous person. Not being funny, not saying you are famous.
Oh, no.
You must have got this because I 100% did get this. But when you start inviting just random sort of subs or people who've been in your chat for a couple of days into a game world or even into a party, things in general, they either go, oh my, if they're younger, they tend to go, oh my god, I can't believe I'm in a game with a YouTuber. I'm like, dude, 100 subs at the time. I'm like, dude, just play video games. You said you streamed before. I've seen your stuff. Just let's just go. This is crazy. I can't. And they lose their shit. And I don't know if you were there for this stream, and this was the one that really did put me off, was I had some Australian cunt. Don't care for him, but he wanted to run the show.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he was doing. And just kept going, like, in between what I was saying, would interrupt me and just go, sub to AustralianCunt.tv. Some shit like that. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, see, that's what I don't get as well. Like that. Like, you have them on, you're being nice, and it's like, know your place. Like, I'm the streamer, I'm the one talking with the chat. Shut the fuck up if I'm talking. If I'm not talking, say what you like. But if I'm talking, it's my stream, shut up.
I also think, and I think both of us suffered from it, was we just wanted to try and include everyone and try and make it like a community.
Yeah. Yeah, which is the biggest mistake. A lot of streamers be like, oh, build a community, it's the best way. No, it's not. That's the worst way. You make people feel like they own it that way. James, perfect example of this. He felt he owned my channel and he thought he could tell me how to run it. And when I told him, I don't like what you're saying, I disagree with it, and I have to unmod you because of the way you're acting, he pisses off. He's the prime example of that. He thought he could run my channel.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a sub-community that sort of joins away from you and doesn't have some sort of like direct, I don't want to say creative control, but that's where it was going pretty much. Where your that's fine. If I'm sure there's many people who've got like unofficial Reddits and unofficial this and unofficial that where people talk about stuff. When you try to create something, it does get out of control. Even at the size of channel, yours was not a huge channel. Utterly crazy, and you had 6 people telling you to do one thing, 7 saying do the other, and you wanted to do one thing that none of them wanted to do. Like, it was mental.
Yeah, I honestly, I have never been more depressed in my life. Do you know when I took that break from YouTube for like 5-6 months? Yeah, I had never been so worn out, like mentally, just from anything ever. Because like you're saying, you hear this from that many people, and that from so many other people, and you've got your own idea. You try and please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, and everyone fucks off, and then you're left by yourself, and it's just like, oh, God.
I'm here, and I'm sitting there just going, oh, it's me, Kyle, and Aaron. Oh, there's Wolf. And Tag. All right, yeah. It's just like, well.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I've never been so down from it. Like, if there is any streamers watching, do not give people a say on your channel. If they don't like the content you're putting out, fuck them. They'll find somewhere else.
I mean, let's be honest, this is the first episode. No one's watching. That's fine.
DC, no, everyone is watching. Okay, everyone.
This is the most viewed video on YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna be famous.
We're gonna be famous. Then we're gonna create a community. So we're gonna create a community.
No, yeah. Anyone that is listening, do not even dare try and tell us what you want us what you want us to do. You can have an opinion and say I prefer to see this, but do not sit there and tell us we should and shouldn't do certain things. You can piss off.
Though saying that, I will put a complaints form in the description. You can fill that in. It's about 4 or 5 questions, and you can send it to gofuckyourself@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's the way it should be done.
Yeah.
It's like if I could start streaming all over again, oh boy, would it be different. It's like now I done a stream the other day, well, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm just streaming and people come in and someone's like, oh, that's a bra moment, and I'm like, oh, fuck off with that bra moment shit, like, go away. I could just
sorry, I must have been away from the internet for a little while. What's a bra moment? As in B-R-A?
No, B-R-U-H. B-R-U-H.
Bruh?
Yeah, like a bruh. It's just like so annoying.
What does that
People,
mean?
I don't know. People are just so keen to follow trends and sayings and stuff like that. Can't you just be yourself? Like, why can't you just be yourself?
Bruh moment.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like an old man.
No, oh, me too. I don't get it. I don't get the shit that goes around the internet that people latch onto. I was playing Dead by Daylight. I got someone off the hook. I could have escaped, but I didn't. After I got them off the hook, I got hit down. Someone's like, haha, that's a bruh moment. I'm just like, fuck off. Go away. Like, what? I don't get it. Like, just be yourself. Like, why couldn't you be like, you got fucked then? Like, just say something like that. Why is it a bruh moment?
Have your own catchphrase. Don't copy others.
I don't get it. People are so keen to follow trends.
But then again, it's this. Bear in mind, I don't know the age group that your sort of content generated, because I used to steal a lot of your views directly after your streams. Of course I would, and sometimes during. So you think of, if it's the same people who are watching, not the same people, the same age group who were watching fucking 2 years ago, a year ago, whatever, the secondary school kids. And what? Obviously, maybe you were homeschooled, but still a kid at one point. You look up to someone. You always have the cool kids who, if they start, I don't know, slicking their hair back and wearing leather jackets, then everyone seems to fucking do it.
Well, yeah, it was the same with smoking 60s, for me. That's why I started smoking. Same thing of that. The people that I was around, I was like, oh, that's cool. So I started smoking.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that actually, yeah, that happens in my school. I remember there was a time, and I'll see if I can try and find a picture of one of these awful jackets. They were like white, and they had I don't know if you know about maps, but maps of like mountains where it's got like, the different like gradients of how high the mountain are. It's basically circles with differing circles within them. They were the ugliest things in the fucking world, but because one of the quote unquote cool kids had them, one of those and a pair of kicker shoes. This guy didn't want to do that. He wore his normal standard uniform with the Ben Sherman shoes and got the shit ripped out of him. Oh well, I still liked who I was. You know, I was a cunt then, I'm a cunt now.
Were you the one with the Ben Sherman shoes?
Yes. Stand out. They were pretty cool. They had little like metal bits on them. So when you know like school chairs have like little bits of metal legs, I used to like make little tunes like with my metal bits on my Ben Sherman shoes, looking down at the poor kicker people, though kickers were more expensive than the Ben Shermans. But so I'm there going ding 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 ding, and they're sitting there with their map jackets. Geography teachers are thinking, "Wow, kids are really into geography." No, miss, it's gang warfare, is what it is. Yeah, some wore the red one, some wore the white one. That means you were either in something called circles or triangles or some shit. I don't know. It was, yeah. So that sort of mentality is what you're bringing to your streams. Like that's who's going to watch Dead by Daylight, and that's probably who's going to watch this.
Yeah, that's it. The average age of YouTube viewer is 12. Although, like, in your analytics, it may say, oh, my viewers are between 18 and blah, blah, blah. They're not. They're just accounts who have put their ages higher, obviously. Like, that's what people fail to realise. I always wanted to run a more adult stream. I wanted to talk about blue waffles and shit like that and piss around. And it was just so awkward knowing that, well, there's 10 people watching and 6 of them are under the age of 15 and I want to talk about blue waffles. And it gets like a bit like, like, should I or shouldn't I? But then at the same time, it's like, if you're watching Celebrity Juice on TV and Keith Lemon's talking about, like feeding a horse and cleaning the windows and shit, like stroking tits and stuff, he doesn't sit down and go, well, there might be a child watching. Well, no, the child shouldn't be watching. Like, it's not.
But at the same time, though, TV has the watershed, isn't it? So it's a clear time where basically TV goes from being all PC and nice and cuddly to fuck, shit, tit, boobies, cunt. I mean, pretty much cunt is the only word they don't say, I think.
Only for special occasions.
Okay, I think they probably have to write to the Queen to the script goes to the Queen. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
You need written consent.
And the Queen reads the script, and if she smiles, you are allowed to use the word cunt in your script. Yeah, that's a fact out there for all you Americans.
You're gonna confuse people now.
That my fact of the week. They're all going to involve the Queen. The Queen authorises the usage of the word cunt. I've had to actually sort of write ahead of all of our podcasts. We're allowed to use it 1.25 million times actually.
Oh, that's a good deal then.
Yeah, I got some good cuntage. The Queen. So. A sentence I never thought I'd say.
No, he has a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
Tag was saying though, do you know, like you were saying about the watershed in this country? I was speaking to Tag about that because there's a I know you don't like wrestling, but there's a new wrestling company that's opened up in America, and they're geared more towards adults. They swear and they do blood and all this stuff. And I was saying to Tag, oh, it's good because they're allowed to swear. And he was like, but you can't swear on TV. I'm like, well, surely you can. Apparently in America, you cannot swear on TV even past the watershed. There's only certain words you can say. Like, you couldn't be on TV in America and say fuck, which I don't understand. What? Apparently, the FCC...
Under the so-called free.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Land of the free, yeah.
But hang on, how many American TV shows have you watched?
I mean, a few. I mean, a lot of them we get over here, don't we?
I'm thinking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I'm watching at the moment. They say shit, they say piss, they say fuck. I'm pretty sure at one point they
do say fuck, do they? Okay.
Oh,
is that on TV though, or is that just a Netflix series?
I thought everything on Netflix, apart from Netflix originals, had to come from some sort of TV sort of basis. Because when you click on like Netflix, it will say a Netflix original.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's net. I can't believe they can't say it at all. So they just get it censored.
I'm not too sure, but it's like I'm a big fan of Sons of Anarchy, and there's some really bad stuff in that show. And I was thinking, if they censor this stuff on TV, how can you get fully immersed in it and get the full story? I don't understand it. Apparently, it's on MAC, Better Call Saul. What is that?
Better Call Saul. I said Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh shit! My bad. Let me try again. I'm trying again. Shut up.
I do watch that as well, but not for a good while. I don't think there's much swearing in that. I'm just trying to think, like...
It's on FSX.
FFX?
It's part of the Disney company.
Oh, Christ. What doesn't Disney own? Does Disney own us?
I mean, I hope they can give us some money that way.
That's nice. This podcast is officially sponsored, unofficially, by apparently, allegedly, is that what I got used? Disney. Corporation. Did I say enough there for our legal team to be happy for us to be published?
Yeah, we'll be fine, hopefully. Well, we got the Queen's consent, so it's fine. We got the Queen in the back pocket.
Oh yeah, she probably has a good legal team to help us out. Old Liz will go around for tea and biscuits while she listens to the Clickbait pod.
Okay, can I just ask a serious question a minute, okay? How have we gone from Area 51 to talking about the Queen giving us consent to say cunt?
Fuck's sake, we've done it again.
We've sort of skewed off our original goal somewhere along the line here.
We could try rewind, see where this went wrong, but
Pros.
We spoke about what? We spoke about your streaming.
Yeah.
You streamed recently, Dead by Daylight. Yep.
About me potentially having cancer, but that's
right,
that's like a little bit of a putting bait out there, letting people latch onto it. We'll let it grow. We'll let the seed grow.
God, are we actually doing that? Don't feel comfortable.
But but at the moment, we don't know if I do have cancer. I've been tested. We'll find out.
Right. What?
What? That's a true story, bro.
Shit. Okay. This being a clickbait podcast, I don't know what to fucking believe. I didn't actually speak to the Queen.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Need to clear that up because some people will be really confused by that.
Well, now we don't know. I mean, you may have cancer or are being tested for it, and people might think I have a friendship with the Queen.
Well, you live in London, so you must do, right? You live next door.
Yes.
You're practically neighbours.
Well, if you find squatting in one of the 50,000 rooms in Buckingham Palace as neighbours, then yes.
Oh yeah, who was that
paragraph long. Mr. Beast?
Danny Bird, you stole my catchphrase, you son of a bitch. That's the person I wanted to call out. There we go.
I mean, right, are we going to the Danny Bird thing? We're moving on to the Danny Bird thing? Should we awkwardly segment to that, as we are right now?
Okay, sure. Segway.
Segway!
There we go, it's Segway. Danny Bird, that son of a bitch, is on my please.
Well, I mean, how the fuck do we know? So,
well,
could you please do an example of your please?
Okay, I will give you an example, and then I will play his. No, sir, players. Okay, and now play his.
Can I hear some noise inside the place, please?
And that sounds exactly the fucking same. He's clearly watched one of my streams.
Shit, I reckon he's a fan.
He must be.
There must be some revenue here for you somewhere. Were you paid?
I'm grasping at straws at the moment, DT. Someone give me money, please.
Well, I think you've got a case here. That is a definite please of, your origin. That's fucking weird phrasing, but sure, I've forgotten completely how to speak this afternoon/evening. Jesus.
Okay, now that's out the way. Should we transition to the Imalexx debacle?
Oh, the elephant in the room.
Let's transition to that.
Okay.
how do you feel it's going for him at the moment?
Fucking awfully. He's his last 2 dramas, and he's fucked them both, hasn't he?
I don't get it yet. Let's just say if my mum was raped. Let's just pretend it's my mum. She's been
Okay.
raped, okay? I am not going to then make a YouTube video or tweet about it. I'm either going to go around and break their legs, or I'm going to phone the police. I don't get the angle they're coming from. And plus, the thing that this Slazzo was accused of, it wasn't rape. It would have been sexual assault at the very most. I don't get this whole thing. I don't get why people... It's the internet culture. If we throw out the word racist or rapist or pedo, we've won. You can't answer back to that because I've used one of those words. And if someone goes, why am I a racist? Because you're racist. That's my answer. And that's what people do now.
The issue with this is back to probably, oh God, what was it? When was it? 2016, the original Adpocalypse?
Yeah, around then.
Comes around the word context. I don't know if what he really did was, from what I know, now you might have to explain to me, but if it was sexual abuse or assault, from the messages I can see, they were taken out of context. There were jokes when they were Slaslow, whatever his name is, and this girl who I think we have to keep her name private. I think her name's, let's call her Cherry.
Okay, we'll call her Cherry.
Slazzo and Cherry went out. They were both about, say, 15, 16, right? Now, I don't know about you, Sol. 15, 16 wasn't too long ago. I was a bit of a dick. You know? Teenage boys.
Who isn't? Who isn't?
He's a dickhead. Let's just be honest, right? And he made rape jokes where to the joke, and then snipped these up, sent them to Imalexx, who was orchestrating some sort of attack, essentially on someone who was his friend, getting a bit too big for his britches.
But
You know, someone who...
it wasn't even like it was like, I don't agree with something you've done, Slazzo, I'm calling you out for it. It was this big conspiracy to try and expose him. Like, it was this huge, like, collaborative plan from people. That's what's so bad about it.
But that's... He then got exposed for the whole sort of pulling the strings, being the puppet master, you know, behind all the shenanigans and the shit. Now, you know, and this is the second quote-unquote drama he's not done very well on.
Yeah. Poor Alex.
Fucking appalling on. You know, when everyone was jumping on, does the, I don't even know if he identifies as a gentleman, does the makeup tutorials. God.
James Charles.
James Charles, yes.
Another one for the tags?
Yes, I am a clickbait king. Well, I can just sort of say names, basically. I mean, I did refer to PewDiePie earlier. You might want to write that down. Basically, with the whole James Charles thing, he knew nothing about that situation. Went for him, and then it came up that James Charles, waiter guy, the waiter was gay, so the waiter sort of was into James Charles, apparently. Backtrack like fuck. But the difference this time is, Alex decided to double, if not triple down on his fucking argument by going, well, okay, he might not be a rapist, he might not be a sexual abuser, he might be a mental abuser. It's like, no, he very much isn't a mental abuser. Okay, well, I just don't like him as a human.
Yeah, why didn't he just say, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I jumped the gun, I apologise, I'm a cunt. That's what his tweet should have been. He should have literally just said, I fucked up, I'm a cunt. That would have been fine.
Have you seen like the whole apology? And it's a very...
It's well worded because he doesn't actually apologise.
Yes, it's almost like a political statement. You know, when a politician gets found with their trousers down, with the secretary and 14 rent boys, and they come out and then they become prime minister. It's very odd, allegedly. How do you apologise without apologising? Like saying sorry or
Yeah.
I apologise. He's still pushing the rhetoric, but is doing damage control.
Yeah. But it's
And
like,
they get away with
it's
it.
either, I can't remember who it was, it's either True Geordie or Jack Mate. One of them said, that Alex has the most dedicated fan bases in the world. They'll never turn against him. And if you read the reply to Alex's air quote apology tweet, they're all over his dick. Like, oh, well done. Oh, I'm glad to have you back. Oh, you're such a nice guy. And it's like, no, he is a cunt who tried to ruin someone's life, not their career, their life. Like, if people like close to Slaslow found out that he was accused of rape, what's that going to do? If he lives in a particularly rough area, people could go round his house. They could potentially break in at 4 a.m. and really hurt him. Like, it's not just an internet story. This is something that really could have fucked someone's life up.
But this is the problem. I don't know if he fully appreciates the ramifications of what he can do, especially when you throw around things as heavy as rape.
Yeah.
Abuse. What was it? Mental abuse. He then changed it to, like, especially when a guy to a girl. Not being funny, but there is an instinct within every single. I'd like to believe within every single guy when you hear that some guy is either mentally or physically or abusing a girl or someone weaker than them. Limited information. It's limited information Alex worked on the first time, and it's deliberate sort of he's worked on this time. He's just gone out there with from the ex, Cherry, whatever her name is. Yeah. Look at this. It's disgusting, isn't it? Doesn't give any context how old he was, right? He was, say, 15. Like, let's pull out everything of Alex's when he was 15.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd love
exactly
for one of Alex's former girlfriends or boyfriends or even friends to maybe not send it to us, send it to someone of any screenshot that you could sort of represent age. What, he must be about 22, 23? Must be about my age, Alex. Okay. I imagine there's dirt on him of that you can misconstrue. I reckon there's DMs between me and you that if I was to screenshot, or you were to do vice versa, we could go, oh,
yeah, that doesn't put you in a good light, does it? There's always things that you say that, like, taken out of context, can be made to seem really bad.
Yeah, and when you have it's a herd mentality. It's if enough people say it, they've got enough of an audience that then they can ruin this guy.
Yeah,
you know, it reminded me quite a lot of drama when Keemstar nearly got brought down.
What was he brought down for? What was that?
He apparently, he didn't apparently. He did on a version prior to Twitch. It was called Battle Cams. A black gentleman called Alex kept booting him off of the top cam. He kept referring to Alex as the N-word. You may say it, I definitely won't.
Would you like me to say it?
I don't think so. Everyone knows the bloody clip.
Yeah.
Alex is, that got brought up. But bear in mind, that clip now must be about 12 years old.
And people always bring it up still. It's anytime someone goes in at Keemstar, it's Alex Realia. They always go for it.
There was apparent rumours of a young cam girl who was a fan of Keemstar. That got debunked. Of him abusing his at time girlfriend, I believe now fiance or wife. That got debunked. These two YouTubers called Leafy and a grade A under A.
Oh yeah.
Who
fell off the map entirely.
Recently, yeah. They lost. They essentially ruined Keem over multiple videos. Bear in mind, who's the guy who does Content Cop? iDubbbz. He came out with a Content Cop, which actually was quite effective but quite funny.
Yeah, he hit some good points and with some humour thrown in and proved a point. Like, this is where you're a cunt. And that's that. Like,
bandwagon at that time, and I just think it's the bandwagon mentality because Pyrocynical, he jumped on it. There was obviously iDubbbz. There was Imalexx. Leafy is here and Grady Andre. They were huge back then. Tried it again on a smaller scale on someone who's because because I've never heard of this dude before. But
No,
then I'm not really in the commentary community.
Yeah, I've never heard of Slazzo.
And all he has to do is look across and look where Leafy and fucking Grade A Andre are right now. The only people who are probably alive from that whole debacle, like I said, are iDubbbz. Are still around? Probably is. And who's doing the best out of all of them? Keen.
Yeah, yeah.
Herd mentality and bringing people down when you have so much false information isn't going to work.
Well, that's just it. They've put this stuff like, but this also, I want to try and balance this out a little bit, because although none of us actually know what happened and what Slazzo done and what's right and what's wrong, but I will say this: people are so quick now, because Slazzo made a video about it, trying to debunk all these allegations and that, and everyone's so quick to jump on his dick because he's made a video. It must be true. His video consists of, oh, Alex said that I was groping this girl, but when a girl says, oh, touch me there and I touch her there, that's fine. It's like, well, that doesn't prove it. Just because you say something, it doesn't prove it. But everyone's so quick to think that, oh, he's proved it. He's cleared his name. Why has he? If I go and punch, let's just say if I punched you in the face and you said, Salt punched me, and then I made a video and I said, I didn't punch him, does that prove I didn't punch you?
No, that's true, but I think he also did show the context, the remainder of the messages.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
I agree.
The stuff between him and Cherry, to know. I think in my head, personally, I write, and at the time, it's probably going to be consensual.
Yeah, see, this is what I don't get as well. If especially a girl, if a male's drunk, it doesn't matter. The girl can touch him, it's fine. But if it's a girl and they've had a drink, it's usually frowned upon to do anything with them, even if the male was drunk as well. And I think that's wrong. I think, like, whether you're drunk or not, you still know what's going on to a degree, and you've still got control to a degree. I think people were trying to be too protective on a woman, and I think that's wrong.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think you're right. There is too much protection. There's almost a double standard, but then you got to bear in mind there are a lot of arseholes out there who do things like date rape and stuff like that. Yeah. I've personally been there in that situation where you're talking to a girl, you get chatting, she's sober at the beginning of conversations, we get talking, come 2 o'clock, we're both smashed, but I'm a little, like, as in drunk, that little bit more aware that I don't think she knows her ass from her elbow at the moment. I personally just send her in a cab. I send her in a cab.
Here's my thing with that though: if you're with her when she's sober, or at least starting to drink, and you're starting to drink together, and she's willing to be with you while drinking, you both know why you're there. You both know what the end goal is. Why does it matter if someone's more drunk than the other? It's not like you are forcing them down, hand over the mouth, be quiet, sort of thing. It's like if you're both willing. It's like if you're both willing. I don't see the problem whether alcohol's involved or not. I think people are too quick to be like, but they're not sober.
No, I don't think you have to be sober, but you do play it by a certain, she was going up to the bar trying to order, but nothing was coming out. Would you say that's someone who's in their own mind?
Well, I mean, no, but if at the beginning of the night, it's like when, as a single person, if you go out to a club, if you go out to a club and your intention is, I want to meet a female because I want to have sex tonight.
Yes.
If you then meet a girl who's obviously out at the club with the same intentions and you start drinking together, you're chatting all night, and then by the end of the night, she's a bit drunk or you're a bit drunk, that doesn't really change anything. You're both there, you both wanted to go out, you both wanted to meet someone, and you both wanted to have sex. That was the end goal. It's not like you've walked down the street and then you've seen a drunk bird and then you've been like, come down this alley with me. You're both there trying to meet someone. But do you know what I mean, though? Do you know what I mean?
You've 100% done that. Fuck off, you've done that. Surely.
I can neither deny or confirm these rumours. I'm Alex me. Just I'm Alex me, TT.
I'll get the exposed video back out now. What? The fucking ass thing. You've done that. You're trying to justify it. You're trying to. Whoa. Hello, sunshine. What? So, when did this happen?
I would like to say never. No. Honestly, I just don't see. I don't see. Like I said, like it's like if you're going out and you're looking for that, and then that happens, alcohol or not, that's what you're there for.
Yeah, but it's always how many times. I mean, like this is obviously a very touchy subject we're going on here at the moment. Many careers have been ruined by false information. I merely need to say that the footballer's name, Ched Evans.
Ched Evans, not familiar. I would know Adam Johnson if you said Adam Johnson.
That's a case of a nonce.
But in fairness, he didn't know she was 15, and 15 is not 11.
School.
15 is
school.
Did he pick her up from school?
Outside her school.
Okay,
right?
Hang on. Wait, I'm googling because I didn't know that. Hang on, I need information. You
I'm
carry
sure
on.
the bit that got. I mean, I'm a bit cautious for our very first episode. We're going on this
No,
subject.
go for it. Fuck it.
Fuck. I'm sure that it came out that the damning bit of evidence was that the girl turned around and said that she was in her uniform and he had picked her up from school. I'm sure that had came out in the court case. That. I mean, I know how easy is it a fake ID, but still.
I'm just reading. Hang on a minute. Hang on a sec.
Intent, Adam Johnson.
I need to know if I'm going to defend Adam Johnson. I need information. Hang on.
Why are we defending Adam? Oh, why?
Because from what I heard, he didn't know she was 15. She lied about her age, and then he got in trouble from it. That's from what I've heard. So I'm just reading now.
Also, this is why you always go for the older lady.
I mean, I'm attracted to older ladies personally. I want to go out for 45-year-old. Don't ask why.
Yeah, but you are 45 as well.
Shut No, I'm not. Fuck off.
Should we fuck off?
I'm not 45.
Echelon, surely. You're, what, 35?
No, fuck off.
40?
I'm almost 30. Oh, God, that's depressing. Don't say that again.
What, that you're almost 30?
Maybe.
I'm sure. No, you say you never remember your age. I'm pretty sure you're older than that. You celebrate your 30th, but no, mate, you're like...
Okay, I would like to retract my earlier statement of defending Adam Johnson. Apparently, he knew the age of this girl. I apologise. He's a nonce. We can carry on with Imalexx.
Can we cut that bit out of the pod?
No,
I know we said no cuts, but
that is some good content right there. Soul Defense Paedophile. Good title right there.
You defended it well. He's fucking fine.
No, DT, you are hard. Jimmy Savile wasn't that bad.
Oh Jesus! Fuck. Oh God. Never got well, is it?
Okay, I may have overstepped my mark a little bit there.
Yeah. I mean, our sponsors today have just pulled out. Oh, they've just got on the phone to me right now.
Okay, you need to message the Queen again. Get consent that it's fine for me to defend a well-known nonce.
No, I don't even think the Queen has the powers to do that. Of one of her citizens.
God. Oh God, what have I done? What have I done?
One podcast, and we're going to expose video in every single segment we've done so far.
Soul sympathises with paedophiles.
Fucking right. Oh, right, can we... Let's steer this sinking ship.
Oh God. Okay, segue. Arsenal, transfer rumours, transfer deals, football, go.
What? Okay, cool. Arsenal have just lost. Jesus, Mary. Right. Okay. I'm going to yell the word segue, and we're going to calm down. Okay.
Okay.
Segue.
Okay.
Right, and we're back in the room.
I'm composed.
We are composed. No more nonsense talk. All right. Right.
Okay.
Who's going to introduce this segment?
I think Arsenal should really sign Adam Johnson when he gets out. I mean,
Oh, fuck.
I'm joking. Right, Nicolas Pepe. Okay.
For fuck's sake. Do you know when Nicolas Pepe doesn't play? Centre back.
Thank you. I'm glad I've met an Arsenal fan who actually understands that. Right. Record signing transfer, 75 million. We don't need a winger. We need centre backs. Please sign a fucking centre back. It's driving me insane. Especially with Koscielny being a twat and wanting to leave and being having a temper tantrum. Like, come on, please. Just please.
Have you heard the ridiculous reason why he thinks he should go for free? essentially, he signed a 3-year contract under the old regime, let's say, and the old regime gave him a verbal agreement, right? Bear in mind, none of these people are now at the club. And they all went, oh, if you fancy leaving in your last year, we'll let you go for free. New regime. Doesn't mention it to the new regime. Comes into that final year of the contract and he goes, all right, yeah. Hi, guys. So I had a verbal agreement with the old regime. Can I leave for free now? And they're like, what the fuck? Piss off.
We've already lost Ramsey for free. Like, can't you sign a year and then let us sell you in January? Like, let us get some money for this.
Koscielny's under contract. Ramsey, we fucked up. Koscielny is under contract for another year, right? He signed a 3-year contract when he wanted to sign a 2-year contract. Well, you know what you do? You sign a 2-year contract. You don't sign a 3-year contract and go, well,
Yeah, I'm going to hold the club hostage, basically.
Oh, it's embarrassing. Our club captain refusing to train or refusing to go on tour.
Yeah.
Now has to train with the kids. In essence, we have lost. He is our best centre back.
Yeah, I was always a fan of Mustafi. I know people give him a hard time, and he has been woeful last season. I'm not going to defend that. I was always a fan of Mustafi, and I thought signing him would be good. He could be a good fill-in for Koscielny if he ever left, sort of thing. Now I'm worried. I'm really worried. Socrates is another one who's he's good, but he fucks up quite a lot. And it's a real concern. And then they play Monreal, centre-back. Oh, God, I can't.
Not going to lie. You look at it and you go, I think Mustafi, when he joined, was confident. He was ready.
Yeah. I was so excited that they signed him. I was so excited.
So much confidence dropped. And then it just kept going wrong. I think he's one of these players. I think there is actually something about him. It's not a popular belief, but he had something about him. His confidence is shot to pieces. I think he will actually probably prove us all wrong by moving to the next club. I think the only way he can physically move forward in his career. What I don't agree with, and I don't know about you, is right. Bear in mind, friendly games are the only bit of information we've got so far. Gets announced, gets subbed on, or touches the ball, Arsenal fans are booing him.
Yeah, I don't get that. Why do you want to boo a person on your team who's meant to help you win games, keep goals out, whatever their role is on that pitch? Why do you want to try and put them off? It's he's such a bad player. Let's make him even worse by making him nervous to even touch the ball. No. Support him. Give him extra support. Really be kind to him. And then if he's still shit, get rid of him.
I think you look at it two ways. One, what's that guy then going to think about? I mean, the guy apparently still wants to stay at Arsenal, even though the treatment he's getting from the fans.
But hey, the money he's getting, I'm sure he's not complaining.
Yeah, but I'm sure he can get that sort of money at Juventus or Monaco, the only other club I've heard are interested in. They're not exactly places short of cash or, metropolises themselves. I mean, Monaco's, tax-free, fuck's sake. So on you go, son. If I was a Monaco or a Juventus looking at him going, well, I suppose Juventus less so now because they've got 16 billion centre-backs. Looking at him, they're going, this player is so bad, the own fans don't want to support him. They actively boo him.
Yeah.
Arsenal, million, how about we give you 10? And Arsenal sit there going, well, 10 is the asking price we've got for Carl Jenkinson. Carl Jenkinson at the same price as Godran Mustafi. We just sold some Polish centre-back that never played a game for us, I think, for 10 million.
Yeah, you're not going to get rid of Mustafi for that when he's played most of the season last year.
But that's probably what we're going to have to end up doing. It's going to be a ludicrously low. We're not making profit on Mustafi.
No, yeah, that's a hit. That's a big hit.
From, and I know we're not really a business, but let's have it right. The way Arsenal is run, it is a business. Kolasinac, because we signed him for free. Guendouzi, because we just bought him really cheap.
I actually quite like him. I was surprised at him because he's quite young. He's good. He makes mistakes, but he's quite good. He's going to be good in a few years.
But you know what? he'll outgrow Arsenal. If we carry on our current trajectory, we will get a say 40 to 50 million pound bid in about a year or so, and he'll go.
Yeah.
And you know what? Disgruntled at that, because if we're still at the same level or worse, all right, he has a much higher ceiling than most of the players in our squad. Bear in mind, our attack is now ridiculous. We have the front of a Formula One car. Aubameyang, Lacazette. Your one worry is Lacazette and Aubameyang. You have maybe 1-2 years of them at their peak powers.
But here's my concern with them up top, yeah? What happens if Aubameyang gets injured? Who do we play there?
It's going to be Eddie.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah, we've got a great like front five. That's amazing, and maybe a front six if you include one of the central mids. Who have we got at the back? And what if Aubameyang gets injured? You've run and spent 75 million on a winger who's basically unproven. He's played well at smaller clubs and in not so good leagues as the Premier League. And then it's like we're meant to be like, yay, we've wasted 75 million that we don't have on a player that we don't need. Great. I'm so excited for this.
To the last time me and you did try to predict the future of football.
It went well. I know what you're going to say. It went well.
It went so wrong that we didn't send it out there. I mean, also, we tried a little too ambitious. Give them a shot, all right? Arsenal being Arsenal, they don't spunk out 75 million. Isn't right? If you look at all the high-profile signings, actually probably barring Mustafi, they've all done relatively well. And I know you're going to mention Ozil in a minute, but let me go down the list. Obviously, we've got Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Sanchez. Yes, in recent seasons, but remember he had that season where he nearly broke the goddamn record for assists. Let's not forget he had something about him. Recent seasons, atrocious, work rate, don't really know what's going on there. Then you go to your Mustafis. Have I missed any other record signings?
Not too sure. I don't think so.
We never used to spend a lot of money, but you had your Arshavins who had the brilliant moments here.
I mean, Ozil was the first player where they really spent, and you were like, okay, we're going in somewhat of the right direction.
But then you realised that was all the money we had, and we were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we signed him, but we're also signing this person from Charlton for 800,000, and it's like, great, good shit.
Oh, shit. Remember that time we signed that left back from? He was non-league, and we only just got rid of him. We signed him for 30,000 that one window. It was like, yes, we signed him.
Yeah.
Cohen Bramall, that was his name.
But it's typical Arsenal though, isn't it? It's like, look, we're going to buy a striker because you think we need a striker. And it's like, no, we've been saying for years we need a holding midfielder. I know we've got Pereira now, but I'm Torreira, sorry, and we need a centre back. So we're going to sign a winger. Why?
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna play devil's avocado here, and I'm gonna say one transfer. I just want to get your opinion on it. Harry Maguire, to Manchester United.
I would like him to come to Arsenal. I know it wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't happen, and I know it would never happen. We haven't got the funds and so on and so on. But I would like him at Arsenal. He's what you consider like a rough and tough defender, someone who doesn't care about getting hit in the face when he goes for the ball. Like, he's that sort of player.
85 million.
I know. If we had the funds, I would be like, yes, go for it.
Spent 75 on a fucking winger. I think we had 85 million. I think, right, there's a not a shortage, but centre back out there has been signed up to a long ass deal. Could you name someone who's sitting there on the outskirts of their club going, I don't want to play, transfer? There was Matthias de Ligt. He's gone for 70 million. That dude's 19.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
What? Mats Hummels. He's went, right, cool, I'm bored of Bayern. Let me just go back to Borussia Dortmund for 30.
See, why don't Arsenal get involved? That's just it. They spend 75 on Pepe. Why can't they spend...
He was never going to move
why can't they get two centre-backs? I don't get it. I don't understand. Who is making these decisions?
It's our new sort of footballing dynamic, but there. Like, who have we been linked to that makes you go, core blimey, he will improve our defense?
No.
Actually linked to. Or
No
could
one.
you yourself name someone out there, right? Say, forget the Pepe move happened. Name me. We had that 75 million there. Me and you are sitting in the Arsenal board. We've got to present to them 1 or 2 players to sort out our defense. Who?
So
Who is there?
That is just it. That is just it.
I believe it's the shortage in the market. When you're paying over Van Dijk odds for Maguire,
Yeah.
know that the market is it's tight, it's skewed. Like, I know he's English, and that's probably bumped up his price a bit. Very good at selling players, but fucking hell.
I mean, I've always liked Badstuber.
85 million?
I would like to take a gamble on him. I don't even know what club he plays for now.
Bastuba?
Yeah, I'd like to take a gamble on him. I thought he's always
Jesus
been
Christ,
good
man.
and underrated. I've always liked him.
The year 2008 is called. They want their player.
Fuck off. He's still good.
Can't be good. How fucking old is Bastuba? Hold a Bastuba, the one who used to play for
He used to be at
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he used to be at Munich for a while. Yeah, I like him. I don't know, but something about him. Something about certain players is their tenacity. You just think, yeah, you'd be good, even if you haven't got the skills. You would shout at people to tell them, get in your fucking position. Like, it's just like that mentality. It's something about him.
I mean, is this just because he's German? Like,
I mean, maybe, but no.
Nick in 2017 had a very shit loan spell in 2017, actually, at Schalke. Then went to Stuttgart. I mean, it's the same player you think you have in your head.
I know. It's probably more like a love affair from like the 2006 World Cup game on PS2. But it's something about him. I don't know what it is. It's just something about him I'm attracted to. I don't know.
I mean, is this you proclaiming your love for Holger Bastuba?
I mean, it might be.
I
might want to take Bastuba as my last name. Who knows?
I mean, sure, Sol Bastuba, that works. That actually really does. Out of all the names of centre backs, I thought you were going to say that wasn't one. I was not ready for that. Blast from the fucking past, really.
I mean, if you could choose literally any defender to put on Arsenal's team, I would choose Varane. That's who. Regarding transfer fees and wages and so on, I would choose Varane straight away.
Oh yeah, the guy's an absolute rock at the back. He's quite competent with his feet.
But a realistic transfer target, Badstuber, is the one I would choose out of the lot.
No.
Who would you go for?
I mean, realistically, and this is what we've been linked with. I've done a Samuel and gotten a Samuel and Titi across the line.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. He reminds me of a Mustafi. He's woeful. Like, sometimes he does it, and then other times he's just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you stood there? What are you trying to accomplish?
Okay. Off the top of my head, I do remember, was he the gentleman who handballed it deliberately in the box? That was him. I remember that
sure.
being an infamous moment. But if money's no option, you're right. You go for a Varane or you go for a Koulibaly.
Love him.
Koulibaly against us in the Europa League. I don't know if that's just a poor Napoli team, but everyone seems to rave about Koulibaly. Wouldn't be against the idea of Daniel Rugani joining us.
Oh, he's the youngster, yeah? He's like 19, 20 or something?
Yeah, youngster from Juventus. No, I think he's more 22 now, 23 maybe. So he's not... Bear in mind, we've got Saliba coming in the next year, but he's only going to be about 19, 20. You kind of do need someone a bit more experienced and not shit. So if we sort of admit that Koscielny's going, let's say we get 4 million, 5 million for him, because that's the value of his contract.
Jesus Christ.
And if we can keep together 20 million for Mustafi, I mean, the coffers are empty.
But that's my concern. That let's say if Koscielny leaves, let's say if Mustafi leaves, and then let's say Socrates gets injured. Who the fuck is our back three? Like, because that's what Emery wants to play, is a back three. Who is playing that?
Not anymore. That's the thing. He can't play a back three.
But yeah, he's got no options. Like, what is he going to play Chambers and Holding? Like, nothing against them too, but like, what's he going to do?
Well, the last time we saw a Chambers Holding connection, I think, was that game. Do you remember that game where we lost like 4-0 against Liverpool, like opening game of the season?
Yeah.
Like a few years back. That was the last time I think I remember seeing a Chambers Holding connection.
It was just embarrassing to watch, yeah.
Well, I mean, they were both 19. Like, what the fucking hell were they expected to do? They've been told to start up in the starting lineup against Liverpool. They got absolutely bummed. Describing it, bummed beyond their own belief. No, I answer. What I worry we're going to do, a club, is sign Gary Cahill.
Oh God! Please no! Please no!
I can see this right when we're recording this very show in a week's time, and we're reviewing all the great transfer business from transfer deadline day. Because bear in mind, the deadline is Thursday, so Arsenal now have essentially 4 days to sort out their defence. Right, Kieran Tierney, by the way, who we're trying to get a left back, for a further 8 weeks with this hernia injury. We don't think we're getting him across the line.
He's the lad from Celtic, right?
Player. I think Emery wants a solid left back because he wants to actually move to a back four.
Okay.
I think he either wants to play a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Using the versatility of Ceballos, of Ceballos, whatever his name is, to sort of float in between sort of the number 10 role and the number 8. But if we can't get a competent left back in, like, no disrespect to Nacho.
Yeah, he's past his prime.
Anyone with the slightest bit of pace, and he's running around like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
Kolasinac, I mean, have you seen the video of him fighting off the guys with knives?
I have. I wish he would defend with that much determination.
I thought you would say that. I was 100% waiting for you to say that. I mean, that is one awful for them to go through that, and it's sort of just almost.
But I will say this: if it scares Ozil into leaving Arsenal for a good fee, well done, boys.
We've got 4 days. Transfers take more than 4 days.
But
right?
haven't Arsenal been linked with apparently, this is just something I've seen on a YouTube video, they've been linked with a loan move with Coutinho, which I cannot see happening, but apparently...
What?
I've seen it somewhere on a video, it was in the title, so it's probably just fake news, but apparently Arsenal have been linked with a loan move for Coutinho, which I don't see happening at all.
I really wish you had told me we were doing a football section, because I would have looked up the Arsenal transfer rumours a bit more.
I mean, this will be a reoccurring theme on the podcast. I think every time we do this, I think we should at least touch upon Arsenal and how they're doing and what's going on.
Fair dues. The Arsenal, the arse section of
We'll leave timestamps in the description. If you don't like football, skip it.
Yeah, the arse section, we're going to call this. Apparently. I think that's because we're in Barcelona playing Barcelona in a friendly. Well, actually, we've lost 2-1. So I think that's the only reason. People have just put 2 and 2 together and gone, yeah, that makes 5.
Yeah. That's it. When I hear things like that, like, why would Barcelona let Coutinho go on loan? Like, why would they? Even if they don't plan on using him as starting 11, why would they loan him out?
But also, how much is that loan going to cost? Bear in mind how much that guy must be on. He moved for 148 million pounds.
Yeah, he's on big money.
Just right. Say it's 300,000, maybe more than that. Times that by 52. You're looking at just in wages about 15.6 million. Say he's on 300,000. He could be on more. And then Barcelona are going to want a little bit of a compensation fee on top of that, right? We could be looking at spunking out over 20 million just reasonably on loaning this guy.
Yeah.
Because... And also, do you know what? All right, this is going to shock you. Play centre-back either.
What do you mean? We don't need a centre-back. What are you talking about? What do you know?
Oh, God. one of just Socrates on his own because Holding's injured, Bellerin's injured. We can't trust Monreal. We can't trust Koscielny.
Yeah, because he's not turning up anymore. He's done.
Safi is desperately trying to hold on to the club, but we've got all of the security dragging him out of the stadium.
So that means Xhaka at centre back, Joy.
I've been in the stadium when Xhaka played left back for those few games. Do you remember when we beat Leicester at that time? That we Leicester at home, and I was there. What's he doing? What's he doing? Left back.
I've always enjoyed, to a degree. I don't know. I know he's not the best player in the world. I've always enjoyed Xhaka, and I think he gets a bit of a hard time. But why play him at left back? He's not a left back. Like, he's a central mid at best. Like, that's where he should play. I don't get it.
But he suffers probably from the issue that Maitland-Niles suffers too. Yes, and then just try and dog out any position. I reckon Xhaka, I think, has the right mentality, but has awful luck, and also. Is that noise in the background?
That would be my phone. I've cancelled it.
Have you been injured in a crash recently? No. I mean, fucking hell, pros have the decency to put yours on silent, like I have.
Mine is on silent. My alarm went off for no reason. Carry on.
Alarm on silent, please. I see, dear listener, just the one of you.
The very one of you, Kyle or Sean, whichever one it is.
This far through this absolute, it's been a roller coaster so far of a pod. Smiling because I'm a professional. Just saying. No, Xhaka suffers from having the right mentality of trying to help for the team, but his turning circle, he turns so slowly.
Yeah.
He is the Italian or maybe even the Spanish league, but the intensity of the Premier League, he gets quite. I don't think he's that bad of a player. I think he suits being in a 3. Pivot, like in a double pivot, doesn't work. I think with Torreira doing the mop up, the progressor, and maybe Danny Ceballos being the more attacking player, I think we could actually work a decent midfield, a competent midfield. I suppose this comes back to it. Who's behind that?
Exactly. If Torreira messes up trying to get that ball, who's going to stop them?
Oh, no. I mean, if one of those gets injured or even a little tired.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, same.
Who's in the squad behind them?
Well,
Mohamed El Nene.
Who's that person that begins with Z? Xylem or something? Something like
God. Gideon Zalem.
Yeah, like... I'm good.
Yeah, oh, God.
I would prefer to actually play it over him, and I suck dick at kicking the ball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could kick some people.
Yeah, at least I can run into someone and take them off the pitch.
Yeah, get sent off straight away. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna randomly throw a curveball here about general football. Did you watch the Community Shield final today?
No, I missed it. I did place a bet down. Please tell me Liverpool won.
They did not.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I've lost money. Okay, carry on.
It went to penalties and Man City won on penalties. But apparently there's a ton of new rules, and probably we should discuss this next week when I've researched them. Some of them being like when a goalkeeper does a goal kick, defenders are now allowed to be in the 18-yard box. It doesn't stop it for a foul. When the ball hits off off the referee, it automatically now has to stop the game, even if it isn't.
So hang on, wait. So if you're running at me and I'm the last defender back, I managed to get a cheeky touch to the ball. I can just kick out at the ref and be like, free kick. Everyone get back. Fucking bullshit.
Really, it's more meant for when he gets caught in the midfield. And that generally did happen in the Man City game. A Man City player was going to play it out to the wing, and it hit off the ref and sort of almost put the player through on goal. And it was like, no, I have to call it back.
Fuck.
Managers can get yellow and red cards.
For what? For screaming? Like, that's a wrong decision, ref.
Guardiola is now officially the first manager to receive a yellow card. And this also applies to conduct of the bench staff. the coaching staff or substitutes is abusing one of the officials or does anything wrong, but the officials can't easily identify the incident or did the yelling the abuse, the manager then gets the card.
What?
The yellow card, right? And he's now on his best behavior sitting there, but his assistant or his screaming like, fuck you ref, and the fourth official and the referee can't work out who it was. They go, all right, we don't know who it is, bye Mr. Guardiola, you can't control your team. What? It's about a whole policy of like respect, and you can't do this, you can't do that. It's weird. It's going to be a weird season, and I think we should probably catch up about it next week when we've had a couple games, and we probably would have watched the Sunday games.
And we've seen how poorly these rules work.
Oh, it's like rule came in 1992. Teams did not know what to do. And that genuinely changed the game. I mean, if you look at the Premier League, what would have been the first division standings from the year 90 to 91, right? I can't remember who won it. Then you look at the first ever Premier League standings, suited the sort of pass back rule where you could pick it up, hold it, and then lump it out or time waste as long as possible, did appalling and stuff like that. Because rule changes, like drastic rule changes, here, no.
Yeah,
Things a little more interesting, possibly. I like the addition of VAR.
Yeah,
I think the way they used
that's a
it
good
today,
move forward.
was very different to the way they used it at the World Cup and stuff. They actually told the fans in the stadium what the fucking hell was going on. Perfect. That's all we wanted.
Like, my thing with VAR is it should be used, and when used properly, it's really efficient. For every offside, I don't give a fuck. The lineman gets it wrong, whatever. But sometimes it should be used, of course, for offsides and that. But sometimes just let it go. Just carry on. It's not that big a deal.
Oh, if you ever did you watch the Women's World Cup this summer?
Glimpses, yeah.
So that was, I suppose, a prime example of when had the overuse of VAR, and the group stages of that tournament, they were analysing every decision.
Yeah.
I think this has got to be one of the quickest rules to get scrapped, by the way, but they were going to bring in a rule that goalkeepers on the line had to have one of their legs pretty much within the line of the goal.
When a penalty is being taken.
Yes. That rule then got scrapped, because there was just so many retakes of penalties, it was fucking ridiculous.
I mean,
imagine scoring a penalty.
Yeah. Try saving a penalty while stood on the line. You take a step forward to jump. You just do. It's natural human placement. That's just what you do.
Make yourself big, give yourself a slight advantage.
And
long as you're
putting the foot forward gives you more spring to get across either side of the goal. It's just,
exactly.
It's just basic.
It was idiotic, but in the whole of the sort of group stages, I could be wrong, but maybe one of the first knockout rounds, they implemented this rule with VAR very strictly, and it was like, shit, this is going to be a disaster for VAR.
Yeah.
Quick, they turned it around, less VAR involvement, more fluid football, more correct decisions. Was happy. People in the stadium were more happy. Players are happy. I mean, England lost. Who gives a fuck now? But finally fine-tuning VAR to a point where used. They've tested it enough where I think it's actually going to have a positive impact on the Premier League. If you look at last season, we would have at least 2 wins taken off us for VAR because remember, what was it, Lacazette's handball goal, and I think Holding deliberately handballed a ball that flicked on for a goal as well. So, on this whole VAR thing, but fuck it. And what? That's me and VAR. Are we going to do a Premier League prediction next week?
Yeah, we can do a Premier League prediction. Why not?
Sure, nice.
Arsenal will win the fucking thing. No, they won't. Let's face it, they're getting
Jesus
fourth.
Christ. I mean, if you'd asked me a few weeks ago, I would have said 8th because we had
Oh
signed
my
no.
God. Sorry, it's my phone again. I'm sorry, it's on silent. I don't know why.
This is a professional podcast here, sir.
Sorry, let me turn my phone off. I don't know why it keeps making
Just
noise.
had the fucking audacity to.
There you go, it's off.
Good. Yeah. Then you have another phone that goes off, huh?
No. Okay, it's definitely off now.
trying to talk about next week's pod. Get them interested, huh?
Yeah, what is
shit
on
we-
next week's?
Got a bit of football.
Got a little bit of football?
Crisp corner.
Okay.
Crisp corner, you know.
We'll have a guest on to talk about a random conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be a guest on this podcast, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I was going to
Yeah.
say, don't be a fucking spastic before you message us, but yeah, your one's better.
Yeah, I think mine's a little more PC. I think mine works more. Content. Anything we can chuck out there. If you fuck up, we'll talk about it 5 weeks after the event.
Yeah, but it will happen, so watch yourselves.
Yeah. Do you want to plug something that you don't use?
Follow my Grinder account. It's great.
Sure.
That's pretty much it. Should we wrap it up?
You know when you're doing that, you're meant to actually give a name, like
Yeah, I haven't actually got a Grinder. If I did, I'd promote it.
Soldiers in One.
Just follow Soul, whatever, on anything. Don't care.
I mean, if you want more fascinating tweets from a Twitter account that I can't personally access at the moment, follow at officialclickb1.
Yeah, link will be in the description somewhere.
And we may be back if YouTube don't ban us. So cheers. How do you end things these days?
Okay, I'll quickly wrap it up. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you didn't enjoy, dislike it. It helps just the same. Tell us in the comments what you did and didn't enjoy. Tell us what you want us to talk about next week. Remember to go and follow the Clickbait podcast on Twitter. Subscribe, all that good shit. DT, do you want to be followed on Twitter or anything?
Don't you fucking dare.
Don't follow DT on Twitter. That will be against the law and we'll have the Queen message you. And if you want to follow me, I really don't care. But yeah, remember to subscribe, like, all the good shit. And we will see you either next week or next time. Have a good day.